Welcome back. Moving on to our second segment of today, moving on to the tourism industry and the important sites to visit here in Egypt and important events as well. And we all know, as I mentioned at the beginning, we have an important delegation, the wives of foreign ambassadors, who are here in Egypt in a tour, especially in the religious complex. And remember when we used to talk about how important it is when it comes to the word of mouth in tourism in general, because this is the most credited and trusted word. So over the phone we have with us Mr. Ehab Kamel. He's an international tourism expert. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. I was just talking about the importance of this tour held and the importance of this delegation touring around Egypt, especially in Old Cairo, and its impact in promoting tourism, of course, taking into consideration the importance of the word of mouth.
Well, this is, I believe, is a continuation for a well-studied strategy and policy that was started by Dr. Khalid Al-Anani when he had involved ambassadors of foreign countries and he invited them to the excavation sites. And this had a very positive impact on Egyptian tourism in 2019. So I believe that this is a continuation for this successful strategy, because basically the impression worldwide about a certain destination or the picture, it starts to be formed through the local diplomatic missions. So I believe that this is something very important to still maintain the positive image that Egypt had succeeded in gaining in the past few years.
Talking about the inclusion of the Holy Family path in the tourism map in general and its impact as well, because this is one of the important tour sites when it comes to people coming to visit Egypt.
Well, it's a very ambitious project and a big project as well, which is going to take years to be completed and to do the fine-tuning to such a project, because the route of the Holy Family, the path of the Holy Family, is a huge path, and it's a challenging project in some spots, which I believe that it will need time and it will need lots of fine-tuning. However, if we succeeded in completing this project within the next few years, providing services, providing touristic infrastructure through that path, I believe that this is going to be a huge added value to the Egyptian tourism. You're talking about a world which have billions of Christians who would like to follow the same path and see these holy landmarks where actually the Holy Family had stayed and had followed. A very ambitious project, which, if it's accomplished, it will be a great added value to Egyptian tourism.
What are the most important parts or stops of the Holy Family route?
There are lots of stops. Take, for example, in Cairo, you have the Tree of Mary in Mataria. For example, in Minya, you have Jabal al-Pir, a monastery where the Holy Family had stayed. In Asyut, Deir al-Muharraq, in Zois, in Kafr al-Sheikh, in Sakha. This was one of the holy landmarks located over there. It's all around the country, actually starting from Arish all the way up to Asyut. All this long distance, it has hundreds of landmarks that is worth seeing, especially that in every landmark, every holy landmark has either a church, an ancient church, or an ancient monastery, or a convent, beside the Egyptian history in Christianity, it's very important. Don't forget that the Egyptian church is one of the most ancient 5 churches in the whole world. The Egyptian church is the church that introduced the monastic life to Christianity. The first monk in the history of Christianity was an Egyptian monk. So you're talking about holy landmarks that exist in a country which has a great deal of contribution to Christianity itself.
Right, sir, just allow me to move on to a quick break, and we will be back on The Breakfast Show. Welcome back, and sir, as we were talking about the importance of whether we're talking about delegations visiting Egypt, celebrities visiting Egypt, events in general, definitely this is very, very important when it comes to promoting tourism. And we have a very special event coming on the 3rd of April, talking about the Mummies Parade. Moving on to their final destination, including all the rulers of ancient Egypt. So how do you see this important event, especially that we all know that everyone is waiting to watch this great parade, and definitely all the foreign media will be covering this. Everyone is talking about it.
Of course, this is a mega event. Events of such magnitude doesn't happen a lot worldwide. So I believe that this will make Egypt a center of attention of the whole world. And I believe we should make the most out of it, not only in propagating Egypt as a destination, but I believe that we can make a profit out of it as well. I have an idea if we can sell it, like sell invitations to the world's billionaires, for example, to be part of the procession, and they come with their cars. I'm sure lots of people from those billionaires, they would like to participate. For example, we can make it, we don't want big numbers of those, we can make it in the form of an auction or a bidding for an invitation of those. There are lots of ideas which I believe can be done, but for sure, as a propagation event, it will attract the attention of the whole world, because something like this, it doesn't happen a lot, it doesn't happen often, really, worldwide. The procession of all the ancient Egyptian sovereigns who had made the history of Egypt, which the whole world respects and interested in.
Right, Mr. Ehab Kamel, international tourism expert, thank you very much for joining us. Right, and I guess with this we come to the end of our breakfast show for today. Thank you all for joining us. And remember, join us again tomorrow, same time, with our colleagues for more on The Breakfast Show. Till then, thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for more coming up on Nile TV International.